Welcome to the Radiant Black Podcast. I'm Bash. You can find me at the Comic Chic on Twitter, and I'm joined by my co-host Radiant Matt and my friend Addy. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good, man. Excited to do a little impromptu look at the December solicits. We haven't done this quite yet, and if you guys like it, we'll keep doing it.
Hey, I'm excited too. December looks like it's going to be a pretty big month. A lot of cool stuff coming out.
Yeah, we're trying something new today with the solicits, and I think this is going to be interesting because we've got, like three different perspectives here. We've got myself, and I've been reading, a lot longer than these guys, so I guess you could say there's more of an experienced perspective here, and then you've got Matt, who just started reading a few years ago, so he's got, a little bit of an amateur developing on some sort of experienced perspective going, and then we've got Ali, who was reading for years and then took a pause and then for a while, and then now he's back into reading. So he's not up to date with all the continuity, but he's got a pretty good history and background. So it'll be interesting to see what everyone thinks of the December solicits from the different companies.
Basically, Bash loves comics so much, and he just has to spread that love, and we're just his disciples here trying to keep up in this massive ocean of comics. And
yeah, he just gave a quick Radiant Black podcast tier list.
No, I was just trying to say we actually have like three different, people are. It's like the Thor God of Thunder when you have like Thor three different periods of his life.
Yeah.
Like this is the situation we've got right here. So anyway, yeah. So let's start with the Image solicits, and obviously being the Radiant Black podcast, we're going to talk about Radiant Black. Have you guys seen those three awesome covers?
Hell yeah, they look. It's Radiant Black covers. I can't keep saying that they're awesome forever. I'll have to point out when they start to suck because like they're so friggin' amazing, including that 1 in 25.
I mean, my first thought, like when I saw it, was like, God damn it, Matt's right. Like it is the best, most consistent covers series comics right now. I don't know if that sentence made sense, but make sense of it.
Yeah,
They don't
we
mess
got
around.
it. No, they really don't. Like every cover is just amazing, and that 1 in 25, it kind of reminds me of that. I forget who did the variant, but it's that 1 in 25. It's like not 1 in 25, but it's that first variant where it's like super retro looking too, and it's one of the only variants of number one I don't have, and it's nice. I love the throwback.
Yeah, that's actually a Marcelo Costa exclusive variant.
There we go. Yeah. It's hard to keep track of all. There's so many amazing artists doing these covers, but yeah, thanks for catching me there. And yeah, I mean, Radiant Black. I don't know if Eisner gives it awards for like most consistent covers of the year, but like they should start doing it. And obviously, Radiant Black would win it for this year.
Absolutely. It really should. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cover A by Nathan's cousin Dylan Burnett. Yeah, awesome cover. We've got some Radiant Pink action here. Very excited for that. Another cover B by Diego Greco, and I love this cover. I gotta say, I wasn't the biggest fan of the first cover he did, and I believe he did one of the variants for either cover issue number 4 or number 5. So he did that purple cover. It was good. I thought it was great, but I love this cover. This Radiant Pink just jumping out of a portal in Paris. She's got the hat. She's got the selfie going on and everything. The color of the sky is beautiful.
She's gonna pick up a Royale with cheese. She's ready to go.
Yeah, I'm grabbing one of those for sure. And then that retro 125 by Gibson. I'm not sure, they don't got a full name here, but that looks incredible. I'm gonna try to snatch that obviously too. Got some like Star Wars vibes almost.
That's giving me Mega Man vibes too.
Oh yeah, actually no, that's a good one. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Radiant Pink too. Looks like she's gonna play a bigger role, get to know her a little bit more. That'll be nice.
We sold those two Radiants to really flesh out, and we don't really know who the hell Glitch is either. So even with just like half of our little like Avenger squad, it's a great narrative. So yeah, when I first saw that cover though, I was like, is that? I didn't see the Eiffel Tower. I was like, is that a beret? Like, and I felt like, oh, I'm such a sleuth, and yeah, obviously. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty amazing to see.
Yeah, exactly. It's very cute. And speaking of solicits, like let's read this one. It says, "Phew, okay. Deep breaths, we made it out, maybe, just maybe, it's finally time for Marshall to relax. Or maybe there's a new superpowered asshole in town, and if Marshall can't handle them alone, maybe he could use some help from Radiant Pink." Does that sound like a first appearance? Because it does to me.
Yeah, unless they're just trying to bait out the speculators. But yeah, it's looking definitely like a first appearance, and poor Marshall's not going to get any time to relax and go back to his school business, So yeah, I think a first appearance is definitely in store.
I mean, superpowered asshole. We've never had one of those in comics. We might have had like some superpowered rabbits and some superpowered cows, but never a superpowered asshole. I'm excited to see that one.
Yeah, no, for sure. So yeah, that drops on my birthday too. So I'll probably have some spare coin to get that.
Nice.
So yeah, yeah,
Ooh.
exactly.
Maybe I'll gift you that Paris cover from France with love, you know?
Yeah, Image has like a really good lineup this in December. Like Image is they're my favorite publisher right now. Like they've just been killing it, and that's before I got into the six sidekicks of Trigger Keaton. Like damn, they're killing it. But we'll talk about that later. But yeah, the Radiant Black, damn, like. I'm excited because there's a new issue next week, so I've been waiting. So we've been doing these impromptu in between podcasts even more and more. So I can't wait for issue 8 and issue which one is it here? Issue 10, right? No, it's 11.
Yeah, so presumably the solicit refers to them exiting the black hole or existence or wherever they go. So I guess that's a little bit spoilery, so our apologies. But these are solicits, and that is a bit spoiler territory.
Comes with the territory,
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. That looks fantastic. Check it out, Radio Black fans. It obviously looks amazing. If you haven't seen that 125, that's a must for me. Ordinary Gods number 6 looking fantastic. We got what looks like players converging on all sides in Brazil, and the realm of the gods are going to be awakened, and the end of the world might happen. So who knows? Another Diwali incentive. They haven't shown the cover yet. I'm honestly surprised they've got number 6 covers up this early, but yeah. So Ordinary Gods, check it out. The new issue 3 was fantastic. I really enjoyed it, and there's a second print actually this week. This week being September 17th today, so there's a second print on FOC. Check it out.
Yeah, the pace in Ordinary Gods is even faster than Radiant Black, if possible, if that's possible. Like it's really cool. Issue 3, they're pulling out all the stops, and I'm digging it. Like if you like Radiant Black, definitely check it out because Kyle Higgins, he is on a roll right now.
Yeah, I mean, people say they said that the first few issues of Radiant Black were slow. They didn't have enough action. If you like action, Ordinary Gods is a shit ton of action.
Action, mystery, espionage, reveals.
Yeah, it's awesome. So, Kyle Higgins is playing with fire. And also we've got more solicits for Primordial. Cut that part out. You don't want to edit, but yeah, you might have to cut that out. But yeah, here we go. That's a hard title to say. It's Primordial number 4. Solicits for that. The first issue of that dropped this week, and it's far out. It kind of gave me like Department of Truth vibes, and I'm really interested to see where that goes.
Yeah, I really liked it because of the same reason. It started to get really creepy. Department of Truth vibes is a good way to put it. So I'm definitely gonna, it's Andrew Sorrentino and Jeff Lemire. Like that's like the dream team. If you know, like Gideon Falls. I'm sure they've done several other things. They've done that. Those Batman Black Label titles. I'm pretty sure like there's that Green Arrow run. They have a history of working together, and everything they've done together has been fantastic. So they almost like remind me of the Bendis Malieve of the old, like that combination. So they're lethal, really good comics. I'm gonna have to continue giving Primordial,
You put a monkey in a spacesuit, I'll buy whatever you'll sell me. But yeah,
and a dog, yeah, like 2. But yeah.
Yeah, it's great. You got your squirrel monkey, and there's the other kind of monkey. I forget the name, but yeah, it's cool. And issue 1, I'm already intrigued, and I'll be getting 2 and 3. And these covers for 4 are really nice as well. So I'm excited.
Oh yeah, and for those Spawn fans out there, I'm not the biggest I'm not the biggest Spawn fan personally. Wow, but I do respect Spawn. I think he's awesome. I think he's super cool. I've just never gotten into the comics, even though I have a little bit of them, not much. But there looks like a Spawn Scourge number 1, which looks to be insane. They're talking about like an Avengers-esque ensemble of superheroes in the Spawn universe.
And 2 of them are Spawn. It's like putting 2 Batman in the Justice League.
Oh, no, there's like 4 Spawns.
I don't know.
Like Gunslinger Spawn, King Spawn, Medieval Spawn, and then it looks like She Spawn. I'm not sure who that is.
Spawn,
in the
he
back,
spawned
right?
down by the seashore. Like there's everyone. It's wild. No, that's cool. I'll definitely check it out. Like Spawn. I mean, they had like I've read like maybe like 4 issues of Spawn. I've read like 1 and like 317 or something. I read like the first one when they're starting to spin things off. And if you put a Mech Gorilla, I will give it multiple attempts. you got to respect it, right? Spawn's one of the most, like, it's what he stands for. It's like going on your own, and like, he's like an icon of Image. So you always got to, admire the covers at least, and give it a read sometimes.
Yeah, and it's funny because all these Spawn books that recently launched, like the new ongoing Spawn titles, like King Spawn and Gunslinger Spawn, they're about to get uh, ratio incentives 1 to 250. So those have been going for like $600-700 or something. I don't even know like if that's accurate. They've been like a little bit volatile, those prices, but yeah, I've seen some people shell out the cash for them. I've even seen some stores offer them up for pre-order, like for insane amounts. I can't even believe that's happening, but I saw Todd McFarlane pull some strings and make it so that if you bought the first issue, it would get signed and he would give you some sort of certificate where you could send it to CGC on it to get a gold label. So, or yellow label, sorry. So there you go. I mean,
Yeah.
Spawn fans are rabid, man.
Oh, and I take that back. The Radiant Black drops on December, right?
Yeah, all these books drop on December.
Okay, yeah, I'm an idiot because I just saw October 21. So yeah, it's not my birthday. But so yeah, I was wrong. So yeah, do not, not to date myself, but I was born in like 1976. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, that Spawn cover, the one lower, I think it's like Spawn 325. It looks like it's Spawn 325. He's like holding someone up. It looks like you can see why it was in Mortal Kombat because it looks like he just did a fatality and he kind of looks like he's almost got the like the Scorpion mask or something. He looks badass.
Yeah, awesome stuff. And another title that we love talking about here on the podcast is Firepower number 18. So, first of all, continuing the streak of amazing artwork from Chris Samnee, but it looks like we've got a corrupted Wei Lun on the cover, and my God, he looks very, sinister.
Yeah, I don't know. There's no hope for these guys if Wei Lun is lost at this point. That's my opinion.
I mean, they couldn't even do a basketball when he was like not, mind controlled. So
yeah. That's what I'm saying. They should just do a basketball tourney to see who should keep the little sanctuary there. But yeah, obviously it's a definitely heavy foreshadowing, if not a spoiler, that like he's definitely getting corrupted. We saw him chomp the head off a snake, but eventually he's going to get got, and that is not good for our boy Owen and his love triangle.
Like just a quick Invincible spoiler. This feels like the moment where Omni-Man kills everybody, kills the Guardians of the Globe, and we know he's dead. Like it's gonna be that big of a moment in Firepower.
Yes, the Solicit says the unthinkable has happened. The world has changed for the Johnson family, for the Temple of the Flaming Fist, for the Scorched Earth Clan, for everyone on Earth. This will be a major turning point for the series. You have been warned. Kirkman issuing out the warning early on.
He's always dropping bombs.
Yeah,
you never know.
I'm grabbing a copy or two of these because man, that looks. First of all, that cover is badass. I know. People are like, what Firepower number 18? Who cares? Spec, whatever. I don't care. I love this title. I'm buying this for myself. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, and Image just keeps rolling along. That Ice Cream Man 28. Oh my F, like that looks so sick with the mouth on the chest or whatever, eating at the ice cream. Like, god damn, Ice Cream Man is just amazing.
Yeah, Ice Cream Man, is one of those titles that I used to recommend to everyone who was like on the fence about reading comics in general because it was so unique. It was so like I don't know. It's so artistic, you know what I mean? Artistic not only in the like literal artistic sense, but in the literature sense too. Like I feel like uh, Maxwell Prince plays with a lot of like different devices. Do you know what I mean? He takes a lot of risk with these issues. He explores a lot of things through perspectives that haven't been explored before. We had that one issue.
Like Higgins does a lot as well.
We had that one issue where the guy was just falling down a building, man, the whole time. That was amazing.
Yeah, it's not just for Venom.
So it says the Solicit here, the term comic book is an etymologically confusing one, as the comics, are most often not humorous, nor are they in the traditional sense books. That's literally the Solicit, so that's a mindfuck right there. He sold me on that one, so I'm getting that for that reason. But yeah, fantastic cover as well. This has been a great title. If you haven't checked out Ice Cream Man, and you're into, horror, or you're into like, how would you even describe this? Because it's so surreal. It's
anthology horror, right? You get like classic Monkey's Paw storylines, kind of similar to like the Silver Coin a little bit, or at least early issues of the Silver Coin. So I love it. Like I lent my buddy the first volume and he loved it, and I lent it to another friend and they're really digging it. And like my friend Kyle just like flipped through the pictures like, oh whoa, there's a werewolf. I'm like, dude, actually read it though. Like you can't just look at the pictures. It's good shit. Like it's really good. So yeah, I'm loving it. And they did their quarantine special and stuff like that. Even stuff like that, like you don't see a quarantine special. You saw like the covers. So it's like it's just a really far out series, and I love the juxtaposition between like the happy-go-lucky ice cream and the sprinkles and stuff like that, and then like Nightmare World where people's lives unravel and fall apart.
Did you get that wraparound cover? That one was
With all the
gorgeous.
people, with all the cast
Yeah,
members. Yeah, I got
yeah.
at least one. I love that.
It's even better in person. Like when you look at it, it's such a gorgeous cover. If you're a fan of Ice Cream Man and you haven't grabbed that cover that came out a few weeks ago, you have to grab that cover. It's gorgeous. Arguably the best cover in the entire series.
Yeah, I think the best one might be that Action Comics one with the ice cream truck. Like that one's really sweet. But yeah, you're splitting hairs at this point because they're all really rad.
Yeah, moving on. So Ice Cream Man's looking fantastic. Check that out. And then we've got, and this is at least our last recommendation as far as I know for Image Comics. Just based on our taste, of course. Nobody's beholden to anything here. But yeah, we mentioned Six Sidekicks of Trigger Keaton. They've actually got the first trade paperback coming out in December, actually January 12th, 2022. So if you want to check that out, it covers the first 6 issues, and it says it goes for $17. Ooh, that's a bit steep for Image, but I recommend the series. Fantastic. Costarks kills it. Chris Schweitzer. The art really complements the writing style and adds to the mood. It's really funny. It's kind of like gives me Rick and Morty vibes, but less sci-fi, more just like real, slice of life craziness.
If you got the Skybound X books, you probably have a mini story, so you can test it if you got one of those issues. I think isn't in 3 where they have the one with him and the chimp fighting, because that was fantastic. That sold me on it. So if you have one of those and you want to give it a taste, definitely read one of those, read that story and see if you like it.
Yeah, and then obviously we've got we forgot a few recommendations.
Department of Truth.
That earlier. I mean, no, Department of Truth is given, right? I don't think there's much spec there, but check out Department of Truth, one of the most consistent, awesome, creative indie titles out there right now. And James Tynion, he's an incredible writer. He's got all this going on, and his indies are something else. They really hit different. So
we got the Mothman. I mean, come on. That's all you need is Mothman in this one, so come on.
Yeah, but Stray Dogs Dog Days, number 1 of 2. So we've got a 2-issue miniseries that is a spin-off of Stray Dogs, which is a bunch of short stories from the pages of Stray Dogs. And apparently each stray is going to get their moment to shine with questions being answered and mysteries being solved. So the covers look awesome. I'm really into that B cover, that horror movie variant. I'm going to try to grab a few of those. I think that one's going to be a good spec as well as just a good read. I highly recommend Stray Dogs if you haven't checked that out already. The trade paperback came out like last week or a couple of weeks ago. Ali recently read Stray Dogs. He was skeptical at first, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited for this. It looks like they're going to be focusing on each specific dog, like they'll give him his own or her own story, so it'll be nice to get to know each puppy a little bit more.
Yeah, they've got a lot to live up to because they really set the bar high, but I think they can stick the landing. They're on a roll because they wouldn't just do, you got to have the idea to do it. I don't think they're just trying to like cash in on it. I think that obviously, as you start writing, these ideas for a potential backstory probably popped up in their heads, right? And it's like,
and we saw a little bit like a flash here or there of other than Roxanne, like their little backstories, how they got abducted or whatever. So
yeah, exactly.
We'll learn more.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty sweet. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I haven't played Trover, but I want to check that out. The comic looks cool. I mean, Justin Roiland's art is very distinct, and you can always tell it's him. It very much looks like Pickle Rick in the face there. But yeah, that's going to be pretty sweet. My buddy played the game, and he was like laughing his ass off. He was just sitting there, just listening to the dialogue. So that's a game that's super well written.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the first issue, but I haven't read it yet, so I'm excited to check that out. The last thing,
Silver Coin too.
Yeah, Silver Coin's a good read. I mean, for the horror fans of Ice Cream Man-esque books, solid book, good writers, good artists.
This is the I think is Rom V in this running this one. Yeah, I think so. Well, wait, no, is he from creator of Michael Walsh and Ram V? I didn't know he created it. That's pretty sweet. So yeah,
Mm.
definitely checked it out. Silver Coin, like I feel like the first two issues were my favorite, but I love anthology horror, so like definitely check that out. Give it a whirl.
Yeah, it says Joshua Williamson's writing this issue. That's pretty good. Josh Williamson's a good writer, so yeah, might be a good read. Last recommendation on my part from Image Comics is gonna be Nocterra special. So there's a Nocterra special coming out, and it's a book of Blacktop Bill. Blacktop's Bill is pretty cool. He kind of reminds me of the Batman Who Laughs, but like,
Hmm.
less silly and edgy and a little bit more serious and crazy. Nocterra has been an awesome title. I'm not the biggest fan. Like, I I like variants, don't get me wrong, when it's like one cover B and maybe an incentive, but when it's like three, four like regular price covers, I feel like it's a lot, but it's not for me, so it's okay. But I am definitely interested in that variant that's just all black with the teeth. That one looks pretty cool. And yeah, Blacktop Bill's been pretty cool. If you haven't checked out Nocterra, I highly recommend it. Scott Snyder's a great writer. He does this is him doing his own thing with Tony Daniel. Seriously, some cool creator-owned stuff, and everyone that I've recommended to that's checked it out has enjoyed it so far. So yeah, I recommend it.
Yeah, you got shadow creatures that are crossbreeding into scarier creatures. So you could have like a bear mixed with like a friggin' like hippo or something like that, like as a shadow beast
Wow.
running for your ass. Like literally the possibilities are pretty endless here, and it's really sweet. If you're a fan of trucking, there's a lot of trucking and convoys and stuff, as well as it's just. I think the writing's really good, and like the last issue really hit me. And Blacktop Bill is a pretty badass villain, and he's pretty intimidating because you
It's
don't
like
know what the
Mad
hell's going on
Max
there.
kind of, but in the
Yeah,
dark.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it's pretty cool, yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, that's it for me from Image Comics. Anything else you guys wanted to mention?
No, I
Not that I
think
can
we
think of.
covered it all.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's move on to DC Comics. I know, everyone hates DC Comics. I love DC, so we're gonna talk about DC. I love Marvel too. I love Image. I love them all. But there's some actually really cool stuff from DC, and we're gonna go down the order of the solicits themselves. So I know that Ali hasn't read the Batman run, right? You haven't read Batman
Like
recently.
the first few issues, so not much, maybe like 4 or 5.
I'm like 6 months
Okay.
behind.
Yeah, yeah. So for both of you, there's a new Batman writer, Joshua Williamson, great writer. Flash, Infinite Frontier, plenty of other stuff
Is he
he's
doing
done
Robin?
recently.
No.
Um, no, yeah, Robin. Yeah, he's doing Damian Wayne
Okay,
Robin.
okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, yeah. So
I like his
Robin
stuff.
as well. Yeah, he's a good writer. So I'm glad he's doing Batman. Great artwork looks like. We've got an art and cover by Jorge Molina and great variant by Matina, of course. So Matina, I know he's controversial, but I think this variant's pretty cool. And we got two incentives, but I'm low key specking on this issue because I don't know everyone hates DC spec, but we've got a new villain that Josh has been teasing. It's Abyss, and you can see some pictures of Abyss on the cover for Batman number 119. He looks like a pretty interesting villain. Kind of looks similar to what's his face, um, with the two swords,
Oh,
Ghostmaker. Yeah,
Ghostmaker, yeah.
yeah. He kind of looks a little bit Ghostmaker-esque with claws, but I dig it. I dig it. It's kind of cool vibes. Fresh perspective. I feel like I've enjoyed Tynan's run on Batman. It's been all right, but I feel like towards the end it's really been waning because he's been putting a lot more focus on his Substack and his independence, as someone would in his position. So I feel like the
Yeah.
Batman's been suffering a little for that. I'm ready for some fresh perspective.
I want to see like Cosmic Ghost Rider. I want to see a Space Ghostmaker go coast to coast. I think that'd be pretty sweet. And no, I love how if you like recommend an idea on a podcast, like it can never happen because of like legal reasons and stuff. So like I'm just not gonna recommend or like come up with anything.
Yeah, and it's exciting to see Jock doing Batman covers again. Jock's a legendary, but 150, that's gonna be hard for people to get. Not everyone's gonna be down on getting paying the big bucks for the 150s.
Well, the
Yeah.
cover A is pretty cool too. It's an
Yeah,
homage to McFarlane's Spider-Man cover. They
yeah,
even got the old DC logo. They have the same like collector's item issue.
Mm.
I
yeah,
might grab it just for that.
yeah. And oh no, that's not. That's the 125. That's the
It's not
125
A?
instead of no. I'm
Cool.
getting that one. That one I feel like that's gonna be a hot one. Like that's gonna be like a hot one because of what you just said, because of the fact that it's a yeah, it's homage to Spider-Man #1. It looks sick too. It's a really cool cover. You know,
Yeah.
Batman on a gargoyle is always sick. We don't get enough of that, to be honest.
So what the hell is this? Oh, I was gonna say, are they doing Doomsday Clock again? But no, it's like the complete collection, right? Absolute Doomsday Clock. I see, I
Yeah.
see.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Batman versus Abyss. What do you guys think? Anyone excited for Abyss? Looks okay. You know, checking it out. Kind of looks like a
Yeah,
Reaper-esque.
when you stare into the abyss, it stares back into you. So like, no, I don't know. It could be good. I've been liking like the new string of villains and stuff that and characters in general that Tinian was making. So let's see what Williamson can do with some characters now that he's writing Batman. I'm looking forward to it.
Anyway, next up on the next up on the solicits, Batgirl's #1. I'm personally over the moon about this title. I'm grabbing all the covers. Or maybe not all of them. I'm grabbing cover A. I'm grabbing the 150 for sure.
Hmm.
I think they're all great. Look at that 125 by Ryan Gonzalez. You can see the little Bitewing doll on, or is that actually Bitewing? I can't tell if it's Bitewing, but I think it's Bitewing. You can see Bitewing sleeping next to them
Well,
on the
is she a
bed.
Batgirl? Because
Yeah,
technically it
yeah,
might
my
count.
God,
Yeah,
that's
there's
a
a little toy of Nightwing right next to him.
yeah,
Might be him. Yeah.
yeah. That's Bitewing. So I'm getting that guy. That's a nice little ratio. I'm pretty sure this #1 will be ordered heavy because people love Cass and Stephanie. I've been waiting so long to see like Cass and Stephanie back in a book. I was hoping they'd get their own books, but this kind of somehow makes like this is even better because Batgirls being a concept sounds awesome with
And the group chat
Oracle.
better be in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and they're
Definitely.
mentored by Oracle. You know, we see reading the description that Oracle's gonna be, in the background navigating this shit. So that's even better. I love that. Like it's actually the true three Batgirls. And we see the solicit for #2 again. You get that variant cover by Hisham Habchi, and it looks amazing. Really, really cool. I like the way Cass is sitting there, just having a sip of that cola, very nonchalant, poses. And
Yeah.
another amazing cover by Ryan Gonzalez, or I don't know if it's Rian or Ryan, but I'm sorry, but either way, lovely cover. I'm a big fan. Are you guys gonna grab Batgirls or?
Yeah, I'll probably give it a go. Like, I'm this year I really started to like dig. I haven't read a lot of like Barbara stuff. Or honestly, the first thing I probably read of her was like Three Jokers and stuff like that. And so I loved her in the Nightwing run, Taylor's Nightwing run. So she's super enjoyable, and she's good. She plays a good role in the Joker series that's been going on. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. I don't know too much about Cass and Stephanie, so this could be a good jumping on point.
Yeah, pretty much same here. Anything I'm like you said, I'm not a big fan of DC, but I love the Bat family. So anything Bat family included, I'm into it.
I mean, half the solicits are the Bat family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, no. I've also been really enjoying season 3 of Titans and the portrayal of Savannah Welch as Barbara Gordon. Seriously, been impressed with it. I like the whole like alternate universe take and everything. Pretty cool. If you haven't checked out Titans and you're a fan of the Teen Titans or DC, check it out. And yeah, moving on, Detective Comics 1046. That looks cool. We're continuing the Tamaki run. Dan Mora covers, cool. Batman stitched up with the bat symbol on his back cover. We're continuing the amazing streak of Lee Bermejo variants, and I feel like he's not getting his due right now, Lee Bermejo. I feel like he's really getting overlooked. The variants he's doing, amazing work, very hyper realistic, but very very noir. Very it fits the Batman theme and the
Mm.
universe. And I feel like one day in a year, maybe 2 years, a few years, I don't know, but people are gonna, these variants are gonna be sought after because they're so cool, especially for fans of these artists.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where Dark Knights of Steel go. Taylor is really been doing some really great stuff,
Yeah,
and
we'll get
he's.
to that. We'll get to that. We'll
Are we
get
gonna go
to
through every DC
that.
book?
Yeah,
Jesus.
no, no, we're just gonna go through the ones that are worthy of talking about. But we got
Right.
Detective Comics 1047, and why is Detective Comics 1047 worthy of talking about? But there's a 150 cover by Simone DeMeo, and it has this blonde woman sitting on the cover. And who is this blonde woman? This blonde woman is actually the character who was the uh, love interest from the Batman Forever movie. So I forgot
Oh.
her name. Yeah. So
Jesus, better get out the credit card.
yeah, is it Deb Donovan? Oh no, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, I feel like a pleb here, but yeah, I read about an article about it earlier, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So this might be an interesting read. Moving on.
Yeah.
Another good issue. Yeah, Dark Knights of Steel, obviously. We got issue 3 here. We can't really I don't know what this just looks like Game of Thrones DC, so I'm all in. Like I've been sold since, we saw the creative team like Tom Taylor, Yasmin Putri, and then Game of Thrones like DC, I'm all in.
Give Taylor an alternate world of DC they can craft from his own, like Injustice, like a lot of the pieces were set based on the video game, but like Deceased has been fantastic. So like I'm really excited to see what he does.
Yeah. Moving on. Batman 89 number 5 have so like fans, everyone I'm pretty sure here has seen the Batman 89 movie. Have any of you guys
Absolutely.
checked out the Batman 89 number 1?
Here's my confession here that will make all the listeners hate me. I've tried to watch Batman 89 like 3 times and I've kind of like fallen asleep. Like it's cool,
Yeah.
but like once you've seen like The Dark Knight Rises and like other stuff, a lot of what Batman does in that movie is just like jump up on a roof and like flay like the wings up or whatever. Like whatever. Like I will
Listen, it
attempt
was
it.
good
We
for
just we
its
just
time.
we
Okay.
just
I'm not shitting
lost
on it.
we just lost a few subscribers for
I'm not
sure.
saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm
Oh,
just saying I'm a pleb and I'm trying. And I will one day. I will like get a chair and like have my eyes like tied open or whatever, taped open, and I will watch it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
yeah. I'm a big fan, but I'm grabbing Batman 89 number 5. Number 5 and 6 both have awesome covers. We got that Catwoman cover, Catwoman 89 cover style, not like modern day. It looks beautiful, crawling into the window with all the cats. And then you've got that awesome like weird Batman number 6,
I
Batman
like it. I
89
can't
number
tell
6
what it is
cover.
exactly, but I like it.
Yeah.
You got the Wayne's
Yeah.
Robin
Oh,
that never was. It's interesting times.
yeah, exactly. Like it just sounds like pure fuckery, but in a good way. So I'm all in.
And you finally
But
Harvey Dent finally gets to be Two Face, right? Like with the
oh yeah.
face.
Oh yeah.
So that's worth it. And
Yeah.
did we skip over Swamp Thing Green Hill?
Oh no, that's later on. We're going in order. It's in alphabetical order, so don't worry. We're
Okay,
in
I
the
didn't.
B's and the C's. But
Okay.
yeah, moving on. DC versus Vampires number 3. So I'm gonna check out number 1 of DC versus Vampires because it is James Tynion and
Mm,
Matthew Rosenberg. So that is a
that's all I
good.
need to buy it.
Yeah, so I'll check out number 1. We'll see how it goes, but I might get the other issues on sale because, like I feel like often these events get over purchased or overprinted, and then you see a lot of them in bundles at stores. So I might get issue 1, check that out, and then get the
He
rest
might
in a
have
bundle.
Tiny Onion Studios, but he's gonna need some tiny garlic to take out these vampires. So I'm really interested to see what happens here.
Yeah, DC vs. Like all of these alternate DC universe stories are always interesting. That they take a lot of risks. DC is really good about not giving a shit about continuity. I'm pretty sure like DC stands for like discontinuity or something like that. So yeah, this is gonna be awesome to delve into. Deathstroke number 4, Joshua Williamson tackling another title. So I'm a big
Damn.
fan of Josh Williamson. I'm a big fan of Deathstroke. I'm gonna be buying this. Black Canary being a main part of the book is just gonna be the icing on top. Deathstroke's fucking awesome. What about you guys? What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, Deathstroke's badass. I mean, ever since I saw him team up with Yogi Bear, I thought he was dope. So whatever. I love that. I love that issue too. That's like my favorite Warner Brothers Hanna-Barbera tie-in, at least. That was really sweet. So yeah, Deathstroke's badass. I mean, he is a character out there in Marvel that's like a constant parody of him, but he still remains like badass as hell, and his offspring are also badass. So it's in the blood.
Next up is I think one of the keys of the month, maybe for DC. So Future State Gotham number 8. If you're reading Future State Gotham, and trust me when I say no one's reading Future State Gotham, that shit isn't even inked. It's like half completed artwork. It's like I don't know, it's like rough draft basically, but it's not all bad. Some of the stories are good and stuff. It just feels like it was rushed. Anyway, Future State Gotham. The release timing of this book is weird. To have a Future State book come out after Future State. I'm not sure what they were thinking, but there are some interesting things going on because this is the in continuity future of DC, and we do see Punchline and Harley fighting in the last issue. And what Punchline reveals to Harley is that she's trying to do this for Joker, and Harley tells her to get the fuck over herself because it's been years. And she's saying they're not talking about that Joker. There's a new Joker in town. So there's a new Joker first appearance in this book. The Joker looks
Interesting.
fucking weird. Like when you see the Joker, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck is this clown?" Literally, like it's a weird, it is a weird looking Joker. Like seriously, it's a weird looking Joker, and I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna shit on this being dead spec, whatever. I'm pretty sure they're probably right. It's gonna probably be some sort of Joker's daughter scenario again, but it is Joker, and things associated with the Joker tend to heat up. I'm gonna grab a few copies of this because I think it's cool. I've been enjoying the story a little bit with the Future State Gotham. I just don't like the format of the book in terms of how it's piecemealed into like different issues, and like we have like Future State number 5. They talk about this, and then they doesn't resume until number 8 because they continue the other
Mm.
story and stuff. It's all like a mess, kind of like the Hawkeye Matt Fraction thing where they took pauses between the issues, different stories, but it's not done gracefully, so it's not as good, obviously. But yeah, I'm gonna check that out for the new Joker. I recommend you guys check it out. At least grabbing it for one copy for the first appearance of the
I'll
new
keep an
Joker.
eye out. I'll keep
It
an eye
never
out.
it never hurts. But yeah, moving on. Harley Quinn number 10, I think is gonna be an interesting book because while it's not gonna be a key or anything, it's it says you read the solicits like these really cheesy rom-coms or two unlikely lovebirds lean in for the same book and knock heads in the poetry section. Well,
Mm.
nothing like that. It says Kevin will meet his new muse in the middle of Scarecrow attacking Gotham. So Kevin, the new side character of Harley Quinn, who some fans like, is gonna get a girlfriend or something, or maybe a boyfriend. I don't know. And we've got Harley and Ivy back together. And if you look, and I don't know about as a couple, but they're in the book together. And if you look at the variant by Derek Chu, it's a very beautiful variant. And I know there's a lot of fans out there of Harley and Ivy. So the fans of Harley and Ivy who, they're probably going to make a movie about these two one day because even Margot Robbie has expressed her interest in
Yeah.
playing alongside an Ivy. So I think these are good pickups to get these really nice variants with Harley and Ivy on them for those fans of Harley and Ivy, or even just people specking on that. I'm gonna grab one just because I think it's a cool cover. But yeah, so Harley fans and Ivy fans, check that out. And then of course Harley Quinn animated series Eat Kill Bang Tour or Eat Bang Kill Tour. If you're fans of the Harley Quinn animated series, you're gonna probably like this comic. I read issue 1. It captures the tone perfectly. The art's similar. It's awesome. If you guys haven't checked out, and these two plebs haven't checked out the show, if you haven't checked out the
Blame
animated
Stack
show,
TV. They have Adult Swim, but they don't have that. Screw you. No, just kidding. But no, I've tried. I've looked for it. I've tried. But no, it looks funny from all the clips I've seen. But yeah,
it's so good. You would love it in particular. You would love it.
yeah.
It's like it's so good. It's so like even for those of you who really don't like DC or whatever, just check it out. Trust me, it's so
They've got
good.
King Shark. They've got the
It's
Bane voice from Dark Knight
raunchy. They've got
Rises.
Clayface. They've got everyone. They've got everyone.
They
It's
just don't have
amazing.
Batman
Yeah.
doing you know
Oh
what.
no, they.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
yeah,
that's not allowed.
he
That's
just
not
won't.
allowed.
Yeah, he just won't eat the pussy cat. Right, yeah, yeah. So yeah. Moving on. I am Batman number 4. So we've got Jace Fox and his new Batman series. Not gonna talk about this one too much. The cover for number 4, looks eerily similar to the cover for number 3. It's like very similar, same pose, same everything. It's kind of lazy in my opinion, but it's still a cool cover. It's just like no risk there. But yeah, have any of you guys been reading I Am Batman or?
I haven't checked it out yet, but I've heard it's good. So I probably will if I'm doing some catch up.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. I feel like DC is trying to capture the hype of Miles with I'm Batman and Jace. You know what I mean? It's very like artificial, super whatever. But
I still wish it was Luke, but I'll give it a
yeah,
go.
yeah, there's some goodness in it. I've been enjoying. I'll pick it up. I'll give it the first 10 issues because I'm a Batman fan. But beyond that, I think the second Son was a bit of a mess, though. God damn. Moving on. Justice League Incarnate number 2. So something really interesting here. Joshua Williamson writing yet another book. I really hope he doesn't get like, writer's fatigue because I really like Josh Williamson and I think he's taking on a lot at DC right now. He's writing like half the freaking books. But it says here, as Darkseid Quest leaves a bloody trail across the multiverse, the Justice League Incarnate ventures to the dark world of horror known as Earth 13. They must enlist the aid of Super Demon and his League of Shadows against not only Darkseid, but also the evil power couple of Asmodel and Sheeta Queen, while on Earth 11, the Batwoman who laughs begins her schemes. It looks like we're getting the first appearance of a Batwoman who laughs. I
Interesting.
am gonna grab 2 or 3 copies of this because you never know. I know that shit's been overplayed. I know we've got the Justice League
I
who
thought it was
laughs.
gone. I thought we
Yeah,
were out of the woods.
Shazam who laughs. I know, but you never know. Maybe they'll do a really good job. So I'll pick up one or two of these because you never know. And I feel like how many people are really going to be picking up Justice League Incarnate, right? Like how many people are going to be
Yeah.
picking up a multiverse Justice League? Not too many people. There's enough people out there that hate DC as it is. So yeah, moving on. Nightwing number 87. So have
Yeah.
you guys heard the buzz about this issue?
I have, and it was from you. So you yeah, but no, I mean, Nightwing, the buzz hasn't stopped for it, but it looks like they're trying some really cool
No,
stuff
no,
in
no, no,
this.
but specifically, yeah, in this issue, have you
Like
heard
this is the
what
one
they're
where they're gonna
trying?
do like pages of straight action, just like no panels,
Yeah,
right?
one
Yeah,
continuous
that's what the
image.
solicit says. Yeah.
Yes, this issue is going to be one continuous image. So this gives me Hawkeye Matt Fraction vibes too, because although they didn't try this specifically in that issue, they did play a lot with panel composition in that comic book. And I know I'm bringing this comic up a lot recently, but we did just get the Hawkeye trailer, and I just recently reread that run, and it's fantastic. So if you haven't checked it out, trust me, you'll be doing yourself a favor. And there's that one issue on the Hawkeye run where the whole issue is just dogs. Like it's just
Yeah.
yeah, it's just dogs, and it's amazing, it's hilarious, and there was a lot of risks there, but I think those just kind of paid off, especially with the way the tone of the series was going. So I think with Nightwing, this is a very cool concept, and I'm really looking forward to it, to be honest.
It's definitely gonna be interesting. I hope it's well done because, like, you know how in like cinema or films they do that where it's like the whole thing is one shot.
Yeah,
But like
Redondo is an amazing artist.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, the Nightwing run has been spectacular, and I'm really interested to see where it goes in the next arc of the story. And this seems pretty far out. The art's been unreal so far, and hey, if we're gonna take risks, they're playing they're playing the cards right so far. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean, there's an even amazing cover B by the very underrated Jamal Campbell, who we've got this just cute cover of Nightwing passed out shirtless on the couch with
The
Bitewing just curled up in his arms, and
the light looks
just
like the logo, like the
oh
Nightwing
yeah,
thing. It's pretty
yeah,
sweet.
it's amazing. The Eskimo sticks are just on the ground, and you can still see the costume all like crinkled up there. It's such a cool cover. I'm definitely gonna get one of those. And then you've got a 125 design variant by Redondo, which I know seems a bit excessive considering the issue before that has another 125 design variant that's also blue. But we don't get a lot of 125s for Nightwing, so I'm a big Nightwing fan. I know I'm gonna be trying to grab these incentives. So yeah.
Mm.
Moving on. We've got we're closing in on the last few titles because again we're just talking about titles we like. I don't see any of the Super Sun titles that particularly have been interesting me. As Superman Son of Kal-El #6. I know I've been grabbing the Superman title. I highly recommend this Superman title. It is Tom Taylor. It's a Superman's son, John Kent. He's become Superman, like the Superman.
He went through
So
super puberty. He's way bigger
yeah,
than he was like last year, and
yeah.
yeah, no,
It's
it's cool.
he went through discontinuity of DC, of course, because that's what happens. And yeah, he's older now, but yeah. Moving on, check out Tom Taylor fans, check it out. It's been pretty solid. Superman fans won't be disappointed either. Task Force Z #3. So we've gotten Suicide Squad, several iterations of Suicide Squad before, but in this task force, they're taking all these dead villains and somehow resurrecting them and using them to be a task force. I mean, that sounds pretty cool to me, so I'm going to check out the first 2 issues or so of the series, and that'll determine whether I get this one. What do you guys think?
it looks pretty cool. Looks like Deadshot's back, Red Hood's back.
Yeah, Bane's there. Red
Yeah,
Hood's leading the team.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's
I'm down
awesome
for a
to see.
It's
zombie
like a good
army.
set of characters.
Make it
Yeah.
happen.
Teen Titans Academy #10. I feel like this is one of the most low printed titles of DC because no one's reading this. I love this title. I think this is so underrated. I honestly think it's as good as Strange Academy, but in different ways. I know some people hate it because of the lack of focus and stuff. I agree with a lot of the criticisms, but I still think that there's a lot of richness in the few pages where the characters do occur and there's interaction and everything. There's just so much going on. It's an awesome title. So many cool characters. We recently got the reveal that Dane is Nevermore. Dane Constantine, basically. He's just like some genetic clone or some sort of offspring of John Constantine. it's been so cool. Like we've exploring all these other areas of the DC universe, and we've got the other cool characters like Stitch. We've got Tubi. We've got obviously Red X.
Beastborg, I'm waiting for that to
Yeah.
actually go down.
Oh yeah, Beastborg. I was just talking about one of the younger ones, but yeah, check out Teen Titans Academy. And anything else you guys want to mention from DC? I know Joker number 10 and 11 have some
Mm.
cool punchline covers, but
The layout on Games Radar is pretty wonky because like Swamp Thing's at the top and then it's at the bottom of the page. It's a mess. No, I'm just kidding. But like,
yeah,
yeah,
Swamp Thing
this
number 10, that's the last issue, eh?
Jesus. I hope Ram V keeps doing what he's doing though, because I've loved this future state stuff and his Swamp Thing has been really sweet. I'm a big Swamp Thing guy and it's been awesome. And then there's the Hell one too, Green Hell or whatever too at the top of the page.
Yeah, I'm that's the Black Label Swamp Thing book. I'm definitely grabbing Swamp Thing number 10. That Swamp Thing Round V run has been amazing. Just an amazing team all around. They got really good chemistry going. That's one of those titles that I would always recommend people check out, but I feel like nobody would read a Swamp Thing book because like people are always so, prejudiced towards Swamp Thing. They're just like, oh, like a plant guy, like who would want to read about that? And I'm just like, trust me, like it's art. Like Swamp Thing is one of
Yeah.
those characters that trust me, when people take him on, it's only because they know they can write him well most of the time. We've only got like the best writers writing him last few years. We got Scott Snyder, Ron V, you got Alan Moore taking on that extended run earlier many years ago. He has an amazing rich history, and he's a character where the themes and stories that are explored are completely different than the other heroes in DC and just comic books in general.
Give me the Green Label Swamp Thing books that I can hand around on Earth Day as well. Like, come on. No, but yeah, Swamp Thing, it's the character. It's like it shows like mankind can only really truly like care about the environment if he was part plant, or at least worms that thought he was was a plant man. And it's fantastic. I mean, obviously Alan Moore's run is like, the top of the pinnacle in most people's opinion, but like, well, I don't know most people's opinion, but like, yeah, that is like the iconic run. And Ron V's been amazing with this stuff, so I hope that this isn't the last we see of his take on the character. But if it is, I'm sure it's going to end with a bang.
Yeah, couldn't have said it better myself. Anything else you guys want to bring up from DC? Personally, that was my last recommendation. Anything you guys see?
No.
No, pretty good.
All right, moving on, and saving the best for last is Marvel Comics for the December solicitations. So we got a lot of exciting stuff happening in December, starting with Devil's Reign, the event that comes out of the magnificent, spectacular, all the Spider-Man adjectives run of the Daredevil Zdarsky run, with the Chichetto, and I can't remember who the other artist was a Fornes for a while, but yeah, amazing Daredevil run. It's been fantastic. I know there's so many people who've been ranting about how good that run is, about how incredible it is, and they're right. I had the issues for a while because I've been finding them in bundles, and then I didn't even read them until recently, and I was like, damn, this is probably the best Marvel book. Like honestly, there's no other Marvel book better. And I know nobody really would know because not a lot of people read Daredevil, and that's okay. But I'm not even a fan of Daredevil. I just checked it out because so many people were raving about it. So yeah, it's a great run. It really is. I highly recommend reading it. But I'm gonna be checking out Devil's Reign because of that. What about you guys?
You sold me on it. I mean, I didn't know about it honestly until now, and I do hear that there's a lot of good Daredevil stuff out there, so I'm probably gonna have to hop on the bandwagon pretty soon. So yeah, I'll give this a go.
I mean, it's a Marvel-wide event now, right? There's like you
Yeah,
look at the
yeah.
cover. There's everyone involved. He's even getting like it says here. What does it say? The story that's been building for years is here. Wilson Fisk went from kingpin to the mayor of the biggest city in America and is going to bring his full criminal and political power to bear on the superheroes who call NYC home. The man who once destroyed Devil has his sights set on the Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and more. And since it's Fisk, once he takes them all down, you know he's going to sign it. Crossbones, Taskmaster, Typhoid Mary, Shocker, Whiplash, Rhino, Craven. Fisk has an army of supervillains at his command, and this is just the opening salvo. For years, Fisk has waited for his time to strike, and you won't believe the aces he's got up his sleeves. Dude, that sounds awesome. I'm definitely gonna check that out. Like, I'm sorry, that sold me.
It's
Yeah,
happening. I
for
mean,
sure.
Fisk is one of my like Kingpin in general is one of my favorite villains. Or like New York City villains. So his rise
Yeah,
to power, and then now everything's culminating with this big climax. I'm
yeah, he's
excited.
definitely one of the best villains in Marvel. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna check out at least the first two issues of Devil's Reign. It just looks awesome, and Chip Zdarsky is a good writer. He's everything I've ever read from his writing has been really good. So yeah. Timeless by Jed Mckay, Halifax's very own. And
Ooh.
yeah, Jed, we love Jed here. We love Jed so much. And
Jade can't get enough.
yeah, exactly. We Jed can't get enough. And I can't like honestly. I'm enjoying everything he writes. Like, there's some stuff that I started picking up just because he's writing it, because I'm a fan, like Black Cat, for example. And I really, really enjoyed the Black Cat run. Like, seriously, like I got all my books signed by him. And I was just talking to him about how much like I've enjoyed his Black Cat run. And it's been splendid, and it's ending soon with that giant sized Black Cat issue. So check it out. She's like stealing the Infinity Gems or whatever. Shit's getting crazy.
The
He's
Moon
been
Knight's been sweet
yeah.
too.
Oh,
Definitely.
Moon Knight's amazing. Everyone that I've recommended Moon Knight to has fallen in love with it. Moon Knight's blowing up. Moon Knight's like that hero that I see so much buzz around, both from the show, like from people getting excited about the show, and from the comics right now and old comics. So Moon Knight's been getting a lot of buzz, and deservedly. He's such a fucking cool superhero. But yeah,
Hmm.
Timeless by Jed McKay, where says, how do you win a war against time? It's a special year-ending adventure that gives potence as to what is to come in the Marvel Universe over the next 12 months. It's basically another one of those issues where they charge you $6. It's like a huge issue, and they show you what's going to happen. They tease what's going to happen
Is this
in
going to
all
be
the
a one shot?
titles. Yes, it's going to be a one-shot where basically they're going to show you like 2 to 4 pages from all the superheroes in Marvel and tease you what's going to happen in their titles.
Cool.
So yeah, I'm gonna pick one up just because it's Jed, and there's an amazing Kang cover A with Kale New doing the cover, and my God, that's a gorgeous cover. I'm grabbing that. The one where he's just holding his gun and his
Yeah, that's
hand
pretty
has
dope.
like those energy beams. Yeah, like that. Damn, that's a beautiful cover. I'm grabbing one of these. Just yeah, I'm always excited to see what they tease for the rest of the year. And Jed's a good writer, so I'm excited to see how he's gonna structure this and what his role in all this is. And maybe he's writing even more things moving forward. But yeah,
I think he is. I think he's showing Marvel that he's really got what it takes, and I think he's only going to like move up the ladder, and
I mean, they gave him Moon Knight, right?
that's what I
And like,
mean.
yeah, like Moon Knight's a like I
And
know people
Kang.
can see Kang right now for this issue, yeah, but I think he's gonna. I think after Black Cat, like, because we just brought up the fact that the Black Cat's ending, I think they're gonna give him something else. Right? We know it's not ASM because we already have the writers on ASM, but who knows? Maybe he's gonna write like a new volume of one of the heroes that we haven't gotten a book from in a minute. So you don't know. I don't know. I'm excited to see what he does though.
Yeah.
But Avengers Forever #1 by Jason Aaron. So it says an all new series starring the Avengers, the multiverse, basically Justice League incarnate from Marvel, like. And on a quest for cosmic vengeance, Ghost Rider finds himself roaring through the wasteland on a ruined Earth, where the great age of heroes never came to be, where hope is a four-letter word, and where his only ally in the coming battle against the greatest villains any universe has ever seen is the world's most wanted archaeologist, Tony Stark, the invincible Ant-Man. What?
Okay.
Spinning out of the cataclysmic event of Avengers 750 and operating in lockstep with the Prime Avengers series, the next great Avengers saga begins here as the mightiest heroes of every Earth begin to assemble. I'm gonna buy issue #1 of this just to check it out.
So
But
like
Just
Wakanda
reading
must be
that kind
super
of hurts my
forever.
brain a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just the incarnate, but Marvel. I'm gonna buy it #1 just to see what the amalgam, or sorry, not amalgam, the mashup characters are gonna do. Because they're gonna do some super shit like that. But yeah, that sounds exciting. And then Amazing Spider-Man, we've got some Dot Beyond extended issues, but Amazing Spider-Man 81, 82. I mean, I'm gonna be picking up these Amazing Spider-Man issues. I'm gonna give the new ASM issue like 5 issues, so I'll pick up 75 to 80, but I'm also gonna pick up 81 and 82 because they look cool. I mean, we've got a cover where Miles and Peter look like they're about to fight for whatever reason. It says it's new Spider-Man versus newest Spider-Man, so I want to see that happen.
That might
And
actually be Ben then.
oh yeah, that is Ben.
Yeah, that might be Ben
So yeah,
Riley. Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna see Ben take on Miles, and I want to see that going on. I want to see that go on. So, and then 82, we've just got some cool covers going on, and it's just exciting to see a fresh new team on Amazing Spider-Man, and I'm sure a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, definitely.
Ali, you want to call the next one? I know you've been excited for that title, big green guy.
Oh my God, the Hulk. I mean, you know how much I love Ryan Otley, so I can't wait. I've had that on my pull list for a long time. I can't wait for #1 to actually come out. I hear there's gonna be a lot of smashing, and we can't talk
Wait, there's
more
gonna be a
about
lot of
Johnny
smashing
Case.
in Hulk? I didn't know that.
Must be a new thing they're trying out to really change
Yeah,
up the character. No, that's pretty sweet though. Yeah, Otley Hulk. Really intrigued.
written by
Yeah,
Cates too, Donny Cates. So I'm
Hmm.
excited for that.
I'm super excited for that. I'm
I like
definitely gonna be grabbing that.
the for number two cover B is giving me like Kingpin vibes.
Oh yeah,
It's a
100%.
pretty nice cover.
And guys, we all talk about we're talking about a little bit spec on this episode, and what's better spec than okay, I'm just kidding. But Donny Cates stuff, as much as people like to shit on him and his spec, or him being unable to whatever, people always give him shit for whatever reason. He's a good writer. People like his books, and his books sell. His books often heat up, so I'm willing to bet there are going to be some issues of this Hulk run that are going to heat up. So be on the lookout for those older Hulk issues from the Incredible Hulk series that might have connections to the newer story, and be on the lookout for the solicits to the new issues because you never know which ones might have some spec value. This is Donny
Mm.
Cates after all, so yeah.
I don't read much Conan either, and that Conan cover is so much like the Hulk and the Venom covers.
Oh, it's the same artist. Yeah, it's
Exactly. It's
Emma
becoming a new
Garcia.
trend for sure.
Yeah, the collage covers for sure. Yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of King Conan, like get that collage cover. It looks beautiful.
If they made a Conan O'Brien cover, I would get it, but until I'm holding off.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
Listen
with
to this
Andy Richter
idea.
as a sidekick. Yeah.
So moving on, another thing I'm pretty sure all of us are excited for is the new Venom series. And speaking of that, we've got a Venom number 3 with Ram V writing and Brian Hitch artist, and I'm pretty sure Al Ewing might be co-writing. It doesn't have his name here, but those were that was what was stated early on. So are any of you guys picking this up? I know I'm definitely gonna pick up the first at least 3 issues of the series.
Yeah, for sure. Gotta keep
Yeah, dude,
Eddie's
I'm
story
really
going.
excited. Yeah, it's gonna be sweet. Like the synopsis about how they say that Brock is coming to as everything Dylan Brock has come to know and love unravels around him, he's beginning to realize the terrible truth. The Venom symbiote is not a harmless pet, no matter how much it pretends to be one. So like, let's put some teeth back on that symbiote. I'm cool with
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and Dylan, like that's a whole other thing. You got to deal with being Venom. Like he's still super young, and he's got he's got the chains. The chains are cool. I do like the chains, and it's obviously like a Spawn homage and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm really excited to see Dylan as the new Venom.
Yeah, I mean, hold on to those Venom 9s and Venom 7s. You never know what might happen with with Dylan. He's a cool character, and I'm beginning to wonder if he has some unique powers when he fuses with the symbiote. Maybe he has a different, with the chains. Maybe were just one thing. It's maybe there's more things he can do differently than Eddie when
And
he's hosting.
he's inheriting more than just the symbiote. It's the reputation too, right? Where everyone's going for Eddie Brock and stuff like that. It's like, oh, I'm just Dylan, chill. I got the chains. I'm a totally different. I mean, he's my dad, and like I'm related to him and stuff like that. But so he's gonna have to deal with that as well, which I think that's been done in the past. But it could be a cool element.
Yeah, and next we've got Miss Marvel Beyond the Limit number 1. And I know most people don't like Miss Marvel for whatever reason, but I'm a fan and I'm gonna be picking this one up. It's issue number 1 of a 5-issue miniseries, and that Momoko cover is pretty damn sweet in my opinion. It's like one of those few covers where they got her in that fist position where she's gonna come punch you in the face, but it doesn't look like egregious or silly. But yeah, I'm all into it, and I think this is gonna be a great miniseries. It just looks like it's gonna be a ton of fun. Hopefully it will be. I'll check out issue 1 and move from there.
Yeah, Peach usually knocks it out of the park, and I do like that cover quite a bit.
Yeah, really cool. Love how the colors pop and just the dynamic nature of the pose really just works
Mm.
really well. Captain America Iron Man number 2 of 5. So I don't know what the story is about, and I'm not particularly interested in this comic because I'm not a very big fan of Captain America or Iron Man. I enjoy them in the movies, but
Mm.
I'm not very invested in their comic books. But I do gotta say that the Alex Ross covers for this miniseries are absolutely incredible, like
It's pretty dope.
genuinely like amazing. So if you're a fan of Alex Ross, if you're a fan of these heroes, or if you're a fan of just great Marvel covers, definitely check out this miniseries. The covers are off the charts.
Yeah, Ross is always putting fire out there, so those are always worth it for the cover alone.
Yeah, and Hawkeye Kate Bishop number 2 of 5. So I'm a big fan of Hawkeye Kate Bishop. I'm not the biggest fan of Clint. I think he's all right. I enjoy him, but I love Kate. She's one of my absolute favorite Marvel characters.
Especially the
I
newer ones, right? Yeah.
What do you mean?
Especially, well, she's not like new, but like young. I mean, 17 years or whatever, like 15, 16 years, still technically kind of like new, especially like compared to like the long history of Marvel. So like the new generation, I guess.
Yeah, because
That's fair.
she's only ever had like one volume of her own title, and it's only 16 issues, right? Or 15 or 16 issues, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, so it's not like she's had like an extensive history yet. But yeah, I guess I get what you're saying. But yeah, one of the newer characters, and I really enjoy her. I think she's amazing. I'm very excited, very delighted with the casting of Haley Steinfeld. I saw the trailer and I was giddy like a little kid, and I've watched the trailer at least 10, 15 times. I'm so excited for the show. Having, seen it off the heels of reading the Matt Fraction run, I can't even, begin to express how excited I am. That Matt Fraction run is a gem in modern, like, comic book runs. It really is such a
I'm
good
excited to
run.
see it in the show.
Yeah.
I hope they adapt it
Yeah.
pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, the trailer just had all of its DNA all over, so I really think it's going to be great. But this Hawkeye series, Kate Bishop series, is exciting because it's another Kate Bishop title. We've only had the one with her. I know that the all new Hawkeye titles had her in it, but this is the second title with her as, her solo series, not her co-starring with Clint Barton.
Hmm.
And we've got a variant cover by Stephanie Hans. Now, I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be an incentive or a open order variant cover, but Stephanie Hans has had some pretty nice variant. She's a really good artist in general. She has really good variants of a lot of the Young Avengers, and in their respective books and in the Young Avengers title, she got that one rare book. And she's just an awesome artist. So I think that one's going to be worth keeping an eye out for. I know I'm going to pick up cover A and probably a copy of cover B. So, yeah. Moving on, we've got this whole Wastelanders event that's alternate universe. Um, Looks like we're gonna be getting the first appearance of Old Man Hawkeye. Old Woman Black Widow, Old Man Punisher, and we're gonna get the return of Old Man Hawkeye and Old Man Wolverine. So for those fans of Old Man, titles and all that, the Wasteland universe. Oh, there's even a Doom title. Check this out. I might check out the Doom title, maybe, but I'm not genuinely. I think this stuff's all right. Not the biggest fan, but I do enjoy it. Like, it is pretty cool. I like the Old Woman Hawkeye stuff. That's
Poor
always.
old man Quill didn't get the invite, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
At a
mean, that last
glance, the
series
Punisher
was
looks like Star-Lord, to be honest, too.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
is it?
gun. The
Is it
gun
Star?
Yeah.
too.
Oh, it is Star Lord. It is Star Lord. I'm an idiot.
There you
Is
go.
it?
Okay.
He's got the
Yeah,
Punisher
yeah.
shirt, though.
No, I think it's Star Lord though. I don't know. I can't tell. Anyway, it's
Yeah.
one of them. But
Okay, jeez, my joke
oh, it is. No,
isn't
no,
valid.
no, no. It's Star
Oh,
Lord
it is
because it
Star-Lord.
says
Yeah, it
it
actually is
says
Star-Lord.
Wastelander Star Lord and he's in the
Rocket
book. Yeah.
Raccoon is there, too.
Yeah, yeah, so that might be worth checking out for those of you who are into the Old Man series. I might check one off out in the peripheral, but not too invested into that many series. Next we got some tie-ins, Darkhold, Spider-Man, Darkhold Omega. I'm not gonna be getting the tie-ins like Darkhold Spider-Man. I am gonna be checking out. I did get the Darkhold Alpha, and if the Alpha is any good, because Steve Orlando is a good writer, Sean Tormey is a good artist, and Chthon and all that kind of realm of the Marvel universe interests me. So to see like Doctor Strange and all those characters get together, like Black Bolt, Blade, Wasp, like Blade's awesome, Iron Man and Doctor Doom and everyone get together to fuck shit up in the mystic side of the Marvel universe. I'm excited to see that. So hopefully, if the Alpha is good, I'll check out the Omega. And anyone else interested in the Darkhold?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to spend like $400 if I want to read all these books from just Marvel there this in December. But yeah, I don't know. I might check it out when it's collected.
Yeah,
Yeah, same.
yeah.
Give it a shot, anyways.
We've got some Death of Doctor Strange tie-ins. I'm not gonna be getting the Death of Doctor Strange tie-ins, but I'm 100% gonna be getting the Death of Doctor Strange miniseries. We got Jed Mckay writing it, our very own.
Sweet.
We've got some awesome covers and some from Kari Andrews even, and we know he does some super awesome covers. We don't even know we know that this first appearance of those like three mothers or whatever in issue number 3. So those are 3 new villains in the Marvel universe. They look super cool, super creepy, like some Dark Souls kind of looking shit. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but check them out if you haven't. And we don't even know who's gonna replace Doctor Strange yet. I've heard a lot of people think it's gonna be Magic. What do you guys think?
Sounds good
Might
to
be.
me. I like magic.
Yeah.
Magic Brother Voodoo, I think, is another good choice.
Voodoo is pretty sweet.
Voodoo would
He's
be
dope.
cool.
I think
Yeah,
he'd
Yeah.
be a logical choice.
yeah. Yeah, I wonder who else, but yeah, I think those two are pretty good candidates.
I think it's gonna
Mm.
be Agatha all along or whatever. I know. I don't know. I know, but it would be.
I just think the timing's weird, no? Like killing Doctor Strange right before he's about to be in like Spider-Man and then in his own movie.
It is a
Yeah,
strange timing.
he's
I
got
don't
a
know.
school to
Pun
run too.
intended, eh?
My like conspiracy theory is that they're gonna somehow connect it to the movie and try to like connect the more MCU with the comic universe somehow, some way. But
Yeah, you could.
this is like
I
full what is it, tinfoil hat or whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of rumors. I heard a rumor that the Spider-Man from the PS4 and PS5 games is going to show up in a cameo or like a small role in Into the Spider-Verse 2. So
That'd be pretty dope. Yeah.
that'd be a cool way to tie them all together. And Sony loves to market their products, and
Yeah.
so could be interesting.
Yeah, and moving on, we enter the X titles. I'm not personally reading any of the X titles anymore. I'm personally just not the biggest fan of X-Men. Like I enjoy them. I think they're awesome. I like the old X-Men stuff. I have a lot of the bronze stuff. I enjoy some of the copper stuff too, but the modern stuff has been okay. I really enjoyed Hoxpox, but after that, it kind of waned for me. I recently read some of the Wolverine issues with Solem and really enjoyed that. I like Solem a lot. I think he's pretty cool. Um,
Hoxpox sounds like the next pandemic. I don't know. I'm worried about that, but yeah.
yeah, X-Men number 6 sounds interesting. Maybe there's a new character. He or she looks pretty silly, but it looks interesting. There's just like a cover of them taking a picture of this Krakoa looking person. It says, "Whatever happened to Captain Krakoa? There's a new hero on the X-Men. Who is he? Why is he here? And
It's
why
Red
does
X.
Cyclops not want him on the team?" Yeah, I'm gonna check that out just because Gary Duggan I heard is a good writer. Pepe Larraz is an amazing artist. I could just have all comics be drawn by Pepe Larraz and I'd read them all. So I'm gonna check out X-Men, the X-Men title, the main title. I'll check out the first 5 issues. I'll pick them up when they're on sale or something. But beyond that, I'm not reading anything. I'll check out Wolverine 19 if Solemn's in it. Otherwise, skip. But any of you guys checking out any of the X titles?
Not really, no.
No, I was kind of out on like the first like after Hoxpox. I was kind of out when they're like Wolverine hooking up with like Cyclops and Jean. Like I don't know. I just don't feel like Wolverine's doing that. I feel like he'd rather just not have Jean if he has to be in like a throuple personally. But yeah, I think it's a lot of good work goes into the series, and I think Hickman's done an amazing job. And like I don't know, like that's not specifically why, but yeah, I might go back and read it. But I don't know. That kind of wasn't. I'm not a huge fan of that.
Yeah, fair enough. And moving on, we've got Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 33. Really cool cover with
Glorp.
yep, with Glurp and Miles on the cover standing on a Beyond Corp symbol. I can't really tell. Maybe it's like the top of the building. It looks awesome. I've really been enjoying this Miles Morales run. I have almost the entire run. Probably, I think I do have the entire run from start to finish. Um, I don't know. Saladin Ahmed is a good writer. Salahuddin, if I want to get technical, but yeah, is a good writer, and I don't know. The clone saga for Miles was surprisingly enjoyable, and it wasn't very messy at all.
Not at all.
And I don't know. I
Did he
just
get his
feel
own
like
Boba Fett out of it or anything like that or no?
yeah. He got his own Glorp, man. That's the thing. And
Okay.
yeah, and I think this is gonna be one of those runs that when people look back on it when Saladin leaves, they're gonna be like, "This is a classic Spider-Man run.
Definitely.
This is like an amazing, like awesome Spider-Man run. Like,
Definitely.
truly."
Especially if you're new to Miles, it's a great run.
Yeah, this is like the kind of Miles run I would give to kids and other folks interested in like the video games. People who recently just played the video
Yeah.
games. I'd give them this as a starter because it's such a good starting point. With number one moving forward. Can't praise this run enough. I'm really enjoying it. It's on my pull. And yeah, moving on. We've talked about this one so many times today because the boys couldn't stop ranting, and that's got to give you an idea because these guys don't even know much about Moon Knight. But Moon Knight number 6. Like we've got two guys here who haven't even read. Have you guys even read a lot of Moon Knight before?
I read
And
like the
there's
first
no
four
shame in it.
issues. I read like the
Never
first
like
four.
Yeah, never like a solo Moon Knight series. It was always like him with.
So that guy, it gives you an idea of how good this Moon Knight series must be for some two guys to be ranting about Moon Knight who've never even read like much Moon Knight
And it's
before,
only
right?
been 2 issues so far, so
Yeah.
or three.
That,
So
that that issue with the sweat gave me Petros vibes, man. That shit gave me like a bit
I
of
haven't forgotten
PTSD
about the
from high
sweat.
school. Yeah, that
Oh my
sweat thing was
god.
creepy as hell, not gonna lie. But
that is creepy.
yeah, no, this Moon Knight thing is awesome. This one's great. Moon Knight's just one of those heroes I feel like where most of the recent runs, like since he's been created, have awesome covers, have great writers and great creative teams, great stories. Like I don't know, man, Moon Knight's just one of those heroes like Daredevil, just a lot of good consistent work across the years, and that makes me happy. I'm definitely picking up these issues. And Matt, what do you think? We go get these signed next time Jed's at the store? Because I don't know, man. This looks like it's gonna might be another good Moon Knight run.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to I'm gonna have like just like a Jed Mckay box of comics where I have like all my Black Cats and all that stuff and just bring it on into Callous Dismay. But yeah, it's gonna be yeah, definitely. And the covers have been insane. Like I think it's the cover A for issue 2 was I think that's my favorite. But like the art in general and the covers have just been sick as hell.
Yeah, you know that panel inside issue number 2 where when he grabs the guy and takes him into like the Moon Knight spirit world and he has his
Hmm.
entire like spirit form enlarged,
Yeah.
like looking at the guy. They made a late print of issue number 2 and that's the cover. And I
Mm.
bought that and I'm just like so excited to get that cover because that was such a cool panel from the book. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's been far out. It's literally, I mean, it's like trippy as hell. It's seeing like, and it's almost like Rorschach. Like, you're not trapped in here with me. I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me. Like, you don't know
Yeah.
how crazy I am. Like, don't even mess with me.
Yeah. Next, Phoenix Song Echo number 3. So I was very interested to see to see Echo get the Phoenix power from that Avengers run. I knew they were gonna give it to like a fringe character or someone we wouldn't expect. I was very surprised to see Echo, to be honest. Some people did predict Echo, so cool to see that. I'm a huge fan of Echo. I think she's just such a cool character. I'm so excited. I was so giddy to see her again in the Hawkeye trailer, even just that split second shot. I've recently been, picking up anything Echo I can because I'm just so into the character. I think it's one of the more underrated characters in Marvel, and I'm really excited. I think this is going to be her first solo title ever, so it might be worth it to pick up a few copies of number 1. And I heard that there's going to be a new Native American character potentially in number 1, an ally of hers called River. So
Okay,
I'm
cool.
I'm I'm definitely getting a few copies of number 1, and I'm super looking forward to this series. I can't wait for it.
Yeah,
Uh,
hearing impaired people, your time is now. I mean, even Hawkeye in the show, it looks like he's got the hearing aids too. So it looks like
yeah,
the events of Endgame, like the tower coming down on him, actually like gave him a hearing loss when Thanos blew the tower down on him. So that and Echo and stuff like that. So even the Eternals, you have the first deaf character in the MCU. So that's pretty cool.
yeah. So very very much looking forward to that for so many different reasons. But yeah, we've got Avengers number 51 from Jason Aaron, and this is gonna be the next issue after the big oversized number 750, which is gonna have like these new villains that are multiversal or whatever. So I might check that out just to see residual heat. But it does sound cool because it says the Death Hunt begins, sent by the mysterious Avenger Prime from Great Watchtower at the dark heart of all that is. The cybernetic soldiers known as the Deathlocks have come to our Earth with a dire warning for the Avengers.
I think
So
they
yeah,
teased it in the
in the
free
free
comic book
comic
day,
book
right?
day. Yeah,
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
that awesome though? That
It
was
was
pretty
pretty cool.
cool.
It was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
so
Yeah.
so I might check this out and see, but overall this Avengers run, even though I'm a big I see Echo on the cover, so I might check it out
Yeah.
just for that too. But overall, yeah, I'm probably gonna buy it just for Echo, just for you, baby. But yeah, I'm gonna yeah, I'm not gonna what do you call it? Lie. I haven't loved this Avengers run, even though I'm a big fan of Jason Aaron. Like Matt knows how much I love the God of Thunder run. That run really like
Hmm.
got me back into comics a few years ago, and I don't know, like I haven't enjoyed this Avengers run. It's been very up and down. There's been some really good streaks, and then it just becomes dog shit, and then it becomes in like corrigible, and then becomes like good again, and it's just been like too many up and down, but too much up and down. But I'll give this a try, and I know that's the trap, but I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try. Any other titles someone want to bring up?
There's King. King's been
Kang the
pretty cool.
Conqueror #5. That title looks
So,
cool, man. That cover looks cool.
yeah.
Kang's been
It's a
really cool.
5-issue miniseries. Number 2 just came out this week.
Did you
Pretty
like number
cool.
2?
I haven't read it yet, but I kind of saw some spoilers.
We get
Yeah,
Khonshu in number 2, so we get
what-
some Moon Knight stuff.
Yeah.
Ravana is the new Moon Knight in the
Yep.
issue. Yeah.
And they
Isn't
still say
the art's amazing. The art's amazing in this series.
Yeah, and they have 2021 dialogue in Egyptian times where they say my truth. So no, that stood out to me. Like that's my one nitpick is like no one's talking like that in ancient Egypt, and they're not speaking English either. But whatever. Other than that, I'm digging the hell out of it. Like poor Kang. Like it's spoilers if you're not reading it, but like Kang, don't fall in love. It's like it does not turn out well so far. So yeah, I'm not even gonna get into heavy spoilers. But yeah, definitely checked it out. The art's been awesome, and the writing has been on point.
Yeah, very much enjoying Kang. And then Defenders #4, for those of you who are into more of the strange aspect of the multiverse and the Marvel universe. I've been I like Ali Wing. I know the Immortal Hulk waned a little bit towards the middle of the run, but overall I think it's a solid run, one of the best modern runs of the last few years. And I've enjoyed the first 2 issues of this Defenders series, and I'm looking forward to the whole thing. I think I'm gonna pick up the whole thing.
I read the first one; it was really good, and I gotta catch up and read the second one. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, moving on, we got Fantastic Four 39. I'm not the biggest fan of Dan Slott. I didn't know so I'm skipping this. But what are you guys? You guys interested in Fantastic Four or skip?
Yeah, no, I'm skipping Fantastic Four for now.
Yeah, I too am probably gonna pass on it.
Darkhawk #5. So we've got Kyle Higgins of Radiant Black, and I'm really interested in this issue because first of all, I'm a huge Darkhawk fan. Huge. I just love Darkhawk. I've loved Darkhawk long before this, like the Chris Powell Darkhawk. I'm really looking forward to this Darkhawk. I know it's a different Darkhawk, the new take, but I honestly really enjoyed the first issue. I even got that 150. I was like, fuck it, because I liked it so much. But it says here in the solicit, and this has me very intrigued. Someone very close to the new Darkhawk has been killed, and the murderers are finally within his grasp for revenge. But will this defining moment set him up to be Marvel's next great hero, or its next great villain? And I'm like, shit, with the bullshit, or not, well, it's not bullshit, but with the craziness that Kyle Higgins pulled in Radiant Black 4, and, I'm not going to spoil that, but, if you know, might he just turn, the new Darkhawk into a villain? I don't know, but I'm
Maybe.
definitely picking up this entire miniseries. I saw that issue #2 gets Miles. We get Miles in #2, and I'm just like all about that. So I'm excited for Darkhawk.
Yeah, I didn't think of the villain thing till you mentioned it, but like disease and things like that could make you desperate and make you do things you might not normally do if he's looking for a cure or a way to cope with it. So who knows? I think that'd be a direction that no one's expecting. So I kind of think that they might not go that route, but you never know. Higgins is chock full of twists as we've seen, so who knows?
Yeah. So this one's unexpected, but I felt like it might be important to bring it up just because it's so fucking cool. Iron Man #15. We've got this gorgeous, gorgeous, breathtaking, cosmic, earth-shattering, literally, cover where we've got Iron God fighting Korvac. And this is the solicit. Iron Man has become the Iron God. Only trouble is Korvac has once again become cosmic as well. Their conflict now spills out across the multiverse or universe as both newly nigh invincible entities vie for absolute dominance. What does it look like when two massive egos with celestial sized abilities duke it out? What kind of havoc does it cause as they tear through galaxies and dimensions? And how can a handful of tiny humans stop them in hope of saving their old friend Tony Stark? Look, I don't know what the fuck is going on in this run, but I saw that Key Collector ping for like Iron God in issue 14, and I saw this cover for 15, and I'm picking up both. I don't even care about Iron Man, but this just sounds cool. I love Cosmic Marvel. This just looks awesome. The cover looks insane. I'm gonna check this
Alex
out.
Ross.
Alex Ross, of course.
Yeah.
I'm checking this out.
Yeah, Alex Ross, doesn't miss, and that sounds Mildly epic. Sounds like it's bigger than little, Hell's Kitchen drama or something. So yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, moving on. We've got Thor number 20, Donny Cates, Nick Klein. Nick Klein's back on art duties, it seems. Cool cover from Nick Klein. We've got sword wielding Thor, so it seems like Mjolnir's still out of his grasp. And yeah, God of Hammers part 2 of 5. Mjolnir is on a rampage across the realms and is leaving death and destruction in its path. Thor must act fast to save his kingdom, for the deadly prophecy of the God of Hammers is about to be unleashed. So I feel like one thing I personally don't like is when writers have this like theme or this clear focus in their run, and clearly the focus of the Thor run revolves around the idea of being worthy, kingship, inheritance, and Mjolnir. Like those are the big resonating themes of this Thor run that seem to be like reverberating throughout the entire run because we've gone through arc to arc, but it seems like it keeps coming back to Thor losing his hammer and then some sort of Thanos getting an infinity hammer and kicking his ass. I kind of want to see like I want some answers sooner than later, and I don't mean like give me the resolution with Thanos, but I mean like okay, get to the point of why the hammer is acting this way or something. Because like once you crumb bread it, like Immortal Hulk does for too long, it kind of starts to become stale. So
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't take forever to get to the bottom of this thing. But I have been excited for this. It's been a solid run of Thor from Donny Cates. There have been some lulls, especially when like that Aziz guy became Thor for a minute. Like I thought that was like silly, but to each their own. But yeah, I'm gonna continue to pick this up. I'm not specking on it nearly as much as I was in the craziness, during the early parts of the pandemic and
Yeah.
back when people were really on top of this. But it's still Donny Cates. It's still been fun, and Thor's awesome.
Yeah. No arguments here.
Strange Academy number 14. So I am
Looks
picking
like a
this
big
up.
one.
I think this is going to be a big one. I'm going to pick up multiple copies of this, at least two or three, because first of all, we've got a cover with some of the characters from Strange Academy, and they're all aged up in the future, and it says this is it, the issue that you'll be looking on back on 5, 10, 15 years from now. See the future of Strange Academy and the Marvel Universe. You won't believe your eyes. I'll pick it up two or three copies of this. I feel like we might get a surprise, whether, whatever, it's related to Strange Academy or not. I think it's going to be cool. I've really been enjoying Strange Academy. Ali's been asking me for a new run to read because he's been caught up on most of the titles. I recommend you read Strange Academy. I love it. It's just like, it's one of those titles that's not necessarily like the best title you've ever read, but it's just so much fun. It's just so pure. It's very like lighthearted. It knows what it is. It doesn't try to
It's
go
very Harry
beyond that.
Potter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very Harry Potter Marvel, and it's just fun. They really do like just have a good time. I recommend it. I really enjoy the artwork by Humberto Ramos. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you know Humberto Ramos. He's done so much Spider-Man, and I think this is the perfect kind of book for Humberto Ramos's art style to really shine. I think his Spider-Man takes some getting used to, even though I think it's cool and dynamic. But I really, really love his Strange Academy. So I think this is a title. If you haven't checked out, check it out. This was like a huge hit when it came out. You know what I mean? Like the print count wasn't huge. It was kind of slept on actually, but everyone found out about it, and there was multiple printings, and people love this title now. It does have a lot of good spec potential, like the number one, because there are a lot of first appearances. It has Disney Plus written all over it,
Oh yeah.
and yeah,
I like it more than Titans Academy personally. I feel like it's more fleshed out, and I just like what they do with like the classes and stuff like that. And they have like the itinerary or the syllabus, I guess, or just like the lineup of who's teaching what and stuff like that at the end of some issues and like stuff like that that really give a bit more depth to the school and actually make it feel like an actual like school where people are learning and figuring all this stuff with Scarlet Witch and Agatha and all that stuff.
they've done the same thing in Teen Titans Academy. You just haven't
Not as
read that
much, not as
shit.
much. I
You
missed
just
out on like
haven't
one
read
issue.
that. You just
Not
haven't
as
read
much.
that shit.
Not maybe the yearbook
Uh,
issue, but one issue of trying to flesh out something does not give it that much flesh. No, I don't know. But no,
no,
but fair enough.
I
Each their own.
definitely agree. There's been less focus on the students, but it's still been pretty solid. I feel like a lot of people just shit on DC for the sake of shitting on DC. It's like honestly, like it's not as good as Strange Academy for sure, but it's not bad at all. It's definitely in the same
Oh, I'm
league.
not saying it's bad for sure,
Yeah.
and you can't go wrong. It's like Marvel or DC. It's legit. Like there's good stuff in both, and both those series there's something good. Different structure, different folks, and Strange Academy just kind of got me, and it's had twice as many issues, I think. So,
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
So December is going to be another big month for Star Wars, and we got Star Wars Crimson Reign #1. So we're getting Lady Kira centered event, and after the War of the Bounty Hunters, she became a big player, and I think I haven't seen the Solo movie, but is Lady Kira the lady? Was she in the Solo movie?
yeah, she's Khaleesi in the
Yeah,
solo. Yeah.
yeah, okay, so that's why she looks so much like her. Okay, so yeah, Khaleesi is like the new big character of the Star Wars universe in the comics. So a lot of centered around her comic event. That's gonna look interesting. I'll probably check out issue 1, but I feel like there's been so many Star Wars comics recently. I have a bit of Star Wars fatigue personally. Like I've been trying to keep up with all the High Republic, all these first appearances, but there's just so many books and I can't afford it. So I dropped High Republic. I dropped a few Star Wars titles recently, but I will be picking up anything if I see that it's interesting. Are you guys any Star Wars or?
Star
I
Wars lost me after the last couple of movies.
yeah. I've liked the Sully's, if that's how you pronounce it, his Star Wars run and stuff like that. War of the Bounty Hunter, there's a lot of tie-ins, there's a lot to do. I was enjoying it. I will probably get back on the saddle. I stopped around the first Doc Off Afra tie-in, so I will go back and do that because it was pretty interesting. But yeah, they're definitely oversaturating the hell out of everything with Star Wars. You got like this big event. You've got what, Darth Vader. You've got the Star Wars regular series. You've got Bounty Hunters. You've got High Republic, and then High Republic has spin-offs as well, and like other tie-ins. So like there is a lot, and that's without considering like other Marvel main titles where there's like a ton. Like I didn't even look at that when I said I'm going to be spending like $300 on Marvel in in December. So if you're trying to like get a taste of everything in comics, like Jesus, Marvel is really putting out a ton of stuff. And hey, it's good. More content is good, but it's just hard to keep up and buy when it's out and when it's new.
Yeah, so that's the solicits for all three, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to end it with a recommendation from the three of us from each company. My recommendation for my recommendation. So basically, all three of us are going to give one book that we recommend for the spec of the month and our opinions for DC, Marvel, and Image. My recommendation for Image is wait, where is it? Firepower #18. So Firepower #18. The unthinkable has happened. The world has changed for the Johnson family, for the Temple of the Flaming Fist, for the Scorched Earth clan, for everyone on Earth. This will be a major turning point for the series. You have been warned. I don't know. I just feel like Kirkman, he could be bullshitting because he bullshits a lot, but he got me with that one. He hasn't, fucked around with any of the other solicits in this series, so
He
I'm,
hasn't lied about
eh,
Oblivion Song when he said this is
yeah.
gonna be a big deal, so I trust him.
Yeah, that's my recommendation for Image. For Marvel, my recommendation is going to be, um, well, for this month, I would say it's gonna. This one's tough because there's just so many great books coming out, but I'll say Devil's Reign #1 just because. It's been a minute since we've gotten a really good Marvel event in terms of both writing and artwork. I feel like while King in Black, the artwork was amazing and it started out really well. I personally didn't really enjoy the ending. I thought the ending was a bit disappointing, and I think Chip Zdarsky is really building something here with this whole Daredevil run, which is going to end very soon. And on the heels of that run, we're getting this Devil's Reign. So I'm recommending Devil's Reign #1. It could be the next, great Marvel event, and it's been a minute since we've gotten an actual, really, really good Marvel event. For DC, I'm going to recommend Batgirls #1 just because I think while, the obvious recommendation would be something like Batman #118 for the first appearance of Abyss or something like that. Actually, here I'm gonna risk that. I'm gonna go with Future State Gotham #8 because I think people love Joker, and I think nobody's reading Future State Gotham #8. Like, who's actually reading Future State Gotham? I know none of us are. I just literally just picked up the issues the other day just to see what the buzz was about, and because there were some Rose Besh variants, but nobody's reading Future State Gotham. I don't even know why they would have Future State title out right now, and I can't see anyone like wanting to read a future state title right now. So the idea of a new Joker intrigues me, even though I think the design looks kind of stupid, to be honest. Like when you see the picture, it looks really like over the top.
Jesus, tell us how you
Yeah.
really feel.
It just looks
I'm just
stupid.
kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just
Look at it. It looks hilarious, but I'm excited for it, and I'm going to be picking up a few copies. Those are my 3 recommendations. Ali, you can go next.
For Image, I'll probably say Stray Dogs. For me, 5 issues alone wasn't enough. It's good to get a little bit more. So definitely check that out. Check out the actual series first, though. For DC, I'll have to go with probably Nightwing. It's been pretty enjoyable so far. Like I said, I don't read much DC, but Nightwing has been pretty damn good so far. And for Marvel, I mean, I'm inclined to say Miles because it's been like one of the best runs I've read recently. But also this whole Iron Man Cosmic God thing sounds pretty cool, so I checked that out as well.
Good call. Mine, okay, so I'm a company man. I gotta say this Radiant Black 11 or whatever issue is now. It looks sweet, but obviously if you're looking for spec, I mean, I don't care about money. I don't care about materials. I'm really just gonna start giving away my stuff. No, I'm just kidding. And I mean, you never know. I mean, no, but if we're talking like what you actually like, obviously Radiant Black is bringing the heat. It could be a new character, it could be interesting. And I'm gonna do another Image one. You know, that Ice Cream Man 28. You know, I hear Ice Cream Man stabs him with a creamsicle in this one, so you can't miss that. Marvel, I'm taking Bash's spec on this now. Strange Academy because it's better than Titan. No, I'm just kidding. No, but Strange Academy, who knows? It could be a big issue. So that could be pretty sweet. And for DC, I mean, you got to go with the Swamp Thing, right? I mean, Ron V is going to end it, and I think he's going to do something amazing because he's killing it. So I got to go with Alec Holland. Not even Alec Holland. Levy, I can never pronounce it, whether Levi or Levy. It's Levy Camille or whatever. But yeah, I'm excited to see that wrap up, and hopefully we get more Swamp Thing in the future.
Yeah, and there you have it, folks. Thank you for joining me, guys. That was awesome. Stay radiant.